All right, thank you for staying with us. Let's talk Lagos now. With a population of over 21 million people, Lagos has become known to be the economic hub of Africa, home to some of the most innovative and successful startups. Many people come into Lagos to hustle and start a business. According to Brand Finance City Index of 2023, Lagos State has now been ranked as the 90th best globally and 5th African city to live and work. Some of its peculiarities include the population size and the economic benefits from inbound migration investment and tourism, as well as the commencement of the Blue Line Rail to begin on the 4th of September this year. Well, joining us via Zoom to discuss more on this is the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor of Lagos State, Gboyega Koshile. Gboyega, good morning. All right, before we come to you, Gboyega, let's quickly take this report.
The Blue Line Rail is believed to be one of the solutions to the Lagos traffic nightmare. Managing Director, Lagos State Metropolitan Area Transport Authority, is taking journalists on a train ride to educate the public on how the new mode of transportation will work. But there are steps to be taken before they get on board.
Buy a carry card, register yourself on it, and top up. There is no other way to get on the train except with the carry card.
As the commercial operations commences next week, the Blue Line Rail will move from Marina to Mile 2, where Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu is expected to be the first passenger at the Marina station. From Tuesday, partial passenger operations will start from 6:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. That's the morning peak, while the afternoon peak is from 4 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. The operations is expected to start with 12 trips for 2 weeks, which will be ramped up to 76 trips per day.
We have over 300 cameras in our stations. We have plainclothes police officers working on the platforms. Under no circumstance should anybody cross the tracks, because there is no alternative to life. If you cross the tracks, it will be fatal.
From the Blue Line Rail terminal in Marina, we embarked on a 7-minute journey from Marina to the National Theatre Station, to and fro. The Lagos Rail Mass Transit Blue Line is the city's first light rail system and the largest infrastructure undertaken currently in Lagos State. A full journey from Mile 2 to Marina will convey about 150 to 170,000 passengers daily. Adedoja Salamadini, TVC News, Lagos.
All right, the Blue Rail Line will begin on Monday, the 4th of September. But joining us via Zoom to discuss more on this is the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor of Lagos State, Gboyega Koshile. Gboyega, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, let's begin with the ranking of Lagos State as the 5th best African city to live in. There are some who would say that Lagos State should have even gone higher in terms of maybe being the 3rd or even 2nd because of the influx of persons we have seen, the kind of opportunities a lot of persons have gotten. And some people will also say that when you're counting states in Nigeria, there is Lagos State and others. But what has Lagos State done differently over the years to have achieved this status?
All right, thank you very much. It's very exciting. We're very excited. Mr. Governor is very excited, and I believe that Lagosians are very excited about this feat. The Lagos State is being ranked number 5 as the best in terms of livability and for business in the world. You also have to note something, that it's Lagos and some other great cities in Africa, about 6 of them, that found their way into the livability index globally, all over the world. It's coming behind some other great cities like Johannesburg, like Casablanca, like Egypt, like London, like New York. So we have the most important thing for us, first and foremost, is that we're doing something right, that we found ourselves in the pool of great cities all over the world, means that something is working and that the agenda that has been set by the predecessors of the current administration, followed, very well the blueprint of Lagos that has been followed. It means that it is working effectively. Now, what have we done, differently, or what have we done to ensure that we get to this level? If you look very carefully, what are those things that they look at when they're talking about livability for businesses and for people to live in? Now, you look at security. Security is top notch in Lagos State. Hardly would you hear of any major challenge, security wise in the state, except some minor, security issues here and there, which um, some sort of, soft targets. Minus that, you have the issue of ease of doing business, which Lagos State is working very hard on. We're not taking it for granted at all. Now, you also look at the same agenda of Mr. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu in his first term in office. Lagos is positioned as the gateway to the aspiration of over 200 million Nigerians. Now, it is the gateway, of Nigeria to the world. And anybody who wants to come to Nigeria to do business thinks about Lagos first and foremost. In the last 4 years, the current administration has more than doubled the budgetary allocation, budget size of the state from I think about 888 billion naira in the first year in 2019 to about 1.7 trillion, and we've been going on and on like that. The budget size has been on the upward increase. And of course, what that means is that we're opening up the economic, viability of the state with a lot of infrastructural and renewals and development. We've been very audacious in terms of what we've been doing. And when I hear Mr. Governor talk about all of the audacious moves that is, making and he intends to make, it gives me some sort of relief that soon and
Right.
very soon Lagos will occupy number one position in years to come.
Quite interesting. That's a very bold statement to make. But they say that the reward of hard work is more work because Cape Town, Cairo, Johannesburg, and Casablanca are ranked ahead of Lagos. So, what do you think Lagos can, learn from these top-ranking cities to further enhance its global reputation and livability?
Okay, you need to know that Rome was not built in a day. It's a gradual process and it's work in progress. Now, on Monday, this Monday next week, we're going to be flagging off the commercial operation of the Blue Line. The Blue Line, from mile two, the first phase of Blue Line from mile two to Marina and back. That's by the time that starts working, it's going to add up to the perception index of Lagos as a state where you can come and you have peace of mind transportation wise. Now, I tell you what, I don't know whether I should just, give you a leak. Before the end of the year, we're going to be, flagging off another one. And that is, one of the biggest for us, the red line. The red line is going to be moving a whole lot of people, almost 1 million people from the western side of, from the, from this part of Lagos, I think from the eastern part of Lagos, here to the western part, part of Lagos. So it's huge. By the time we launch that one too, the blue line is there working, the red line is there working. Our perception, will increase because more people, will be desirous of, working and living in Lagos. because they know that with transportation, they don't have problem. Now, again, with energy, energy is something that Mr. Governor is particularly, and by the way, he is, an expert in that area. He plays in that field very, very well. So it's something, it's one area that is very key, is very, dear to his heart. So he's also working very well with other stakeholders in that area. And Mr. Governor just, came back from Cairo in Egypt, I think 2 days ago, where he went to represent Lagos, at a meeting with Afrexim. And this is also going to be something that will help Lagos with very audacious project. We're talking about the fourth mainland bridge, which will, happen in the life of this administration. You know what that one will do for us? It will increase our, our level on the perception index in terms of livability and in terms of business environment in Lagos. And we're also going to be, working on some other projects. That is the second phase of the Blue Line and several other very capital intensive projects at that. So Lagos is, working, and that's why the theme has been carefully chosen as Lagos rising. So in a few years to come, we're going to be seeing Lagos move up to three, number two, and eventually we're going to occupy number one position that we really desire to be in Africa.
That'll be interesting because we were looking forward. Now, talk to us about Lagos being a smart city, because that's also one of the things that the governor has often spoken about, ensuring that Lagos becomes a smart city. And that's what we see in other developed countries. Speak to us from that perspective, how the government is working on that project to ensure that we build on this perception.
Okay, so as we speak, when the governor came on board, one of the things he said is that he's going to ensure that Lagos becomes a smart city. And what do you mean by being a smart city? It simply means that everybody can do their business, with innovation, via technology. And what does the government do? What government does is to provide you infrastructure to be able to do that. And if you look around Lagos, if you look around you, we've done that in terms of physical field. We've done about 30,000 fiber optic, cables that have been laid all around Lagos. And, what that does is that, by the time everything is completed, it's just, plug and play for people that want to use, this infrastructure. So what this will do for us is that it increases our teledensity. It helps out with our teledensity. It helps with telemedicine. It helps the schools to have Wi-Fi. It helps hospitals. It helps households to be able to be connected, and then it helps with the security. Now there are CCTV cameras all over the state that we've been installing. They've been installed in some areas of Lagos. And of course, what this also means is for people who want to work and live in Lagos, who want to do business, who want to invest in Lagos, they have peace of mind that, my investment is safe because it's a smart city. I can just, get to the airport and, open up my laptop to do my business. I can get to the, if I need something to do with the hospital, I don't necessarily need to be physically there. I mean, there are ways I can connect with them at the hospital, and of course the doctors will interact with me real time. Now, for the students in schools, I can put my children in public school. They have enough, technological and the advancements, for learning, and we try to, put it in place. Look at what we have in Agege, the wetland school, the wetlands junior school in Agege is techie. Go there and check. You can verify. In fact, it was all over in the news when Mr. Governor went there to flag it up. So these are some of the things that we want to continue to replicate all over the state to make the state a smart city. And apart from the physical infrastructure, Mr. Governor is particularly interested in investing in the young techies, innovative young mind, and that's why it came up with the idea of last week, and they're giving grants to them, they're ensuring that we have young people who are very smart. They're creating a lot of software that will be used to solve problems, or challenges that we have in Lagos State. So everything, has been taken care of, is being taken care of as we speak, and I believe that in the next few years we're going to be seeing the result of this hard work that Mr. Governor and his team, the Deputy Governor and others, have been putting in the works of Lagos.
Right. I'll take my question from this angle because I want us to localize the impact of this ranking. I saw a video last night of a man a researcher who was talking about the usefulness of coconuts, to treat certain disease like Alzheimer. And people were complaining that, why did you mention you should have allowed us enjoy our coconut in peace because it will go up, the price will go up. Now that Lagos is being ranked 5th, best African city among, some of these world popular cities in the country, in the world, what is the implication? Because currently, that the more development we are happy about it. The more the prices of things go up. We see how landlords are indiscriminately, increasing the price of rents and all of that. What is the implication? What is the government doing to make sure that Lagos State is inhabitable peacefully for everyone who wants to be in Lagos, and then you don't have to pay through your nose to be a Lagosian?
Okay, so I'm going to take it from what one of the my principal predecessors used to say. That's the former governor, Mr. Babatunde Raji Fashola. SAN. He used to say something that the reward for hard work is more work. So this will put some more pressure on us, on Mr. Governor, the Deputy Governor, Dr. Obafemi Hamzat, to continue to think, harder, to think out of the box on how to ensure that we are able to sustain this. We don't go below number 5, and then we work harder to get to number 4, number 3, and number 2. Now, what's the implication for the citizens? The implication for the citizens, for me, is positive. The implication for the citizens is that they have a state where they can come and live and enjoy their lives and be happy. They have a place where they can bring their money. If you're not resident in Lagos as we speak, you can bring your money to Lagos, invest in Lagos. We've got a population. Invest in Lagos, and of course, you have your ROI and smile to the bank at the end of the day. Now, do you know that Lagos at some point was like the investment hub for property, for real estate? Now, the Lekki corridor and the Epe corridor, in the last 10, 15, or 12 years has been on the upward, increase as a destination of some sort for people in real estate industry. So these are the kinds of things that we want for Lagos. So these are the kind of implications. Now, it's not going to be negative for the people. It's not going to mean that, Lagos will increase taxes. It's not going to mean that, Lagos will now say, oh, we are number 5, oh, we are big. Now we need to now stifle, the people. No. Lagos, being governed by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has always been a listening government, has always been a government with human face, has always been a government that cares about the welfare of the people. So what this is going to mean for us is that we're going to need to do more work to provide for the more people, because I know that there will be a lot more influx in Lagos. Already we have over 24, 25 million people in this very tiny, city of Lagos. So with this ranking that has been published globally, a lot more people will want to come to Lagos because they want to know what is happening in Lagos. And now that we have Blue Line working, a lot more people will want to come to Lagos, to want to have a feel of how our, Blue Line is going to be, working. By the time we, launch our Red Line, a lot more people will want to come to Lagos. Our hospitals
All right.
are visited. Look, our hospitals are visited on a daily basis. Let me give you this information.
All
Our
right,
hospitals
quickly.
are visited every day from people outside of Lagos. They don't live in Lagos, but they come very early. From 4 a.m., they leave Ibadan. They leave Oshogbo to come and use our facilities in Lagos. And that's because Lagos is working. If
Okay.
Lagos is not working, people will not be living, in their states and be coming to hospitals in Lagos. I know, 2 or 3 people that have called me that they want to come and from Bayelsa. They want to come and use, Lasso in Lagos. And I was wondering, I said, why? No, the person said, oh, because I heard that, they can take care of all my ailments in your hospital in Lagos. So this is the kind of thing. And look at what Mr. Governor has also done, by reducing by half, by 50%, the cost of transportation, public transportation in the state. And if, for the medical, side, he said people should go to the hospital and have free deliveries and have free delivery. So Lagos is actually working, and I'm not surprised particularly, but it's just that it's very exciting. It's a good news for us that we've been ranked number 5 as as one of the states in the world for development. I mean for investments.
Right. Before we come back to the matter of the Blue Rail, I'm glad you mentioned the matter of influx, because one thing that is critical to investment, to working, to living is the matter of security. We are conscious of the fact that there are lots of persons that will be coming into Lagos, even much more now with this perception and this report. How is the government looking at expanding its capacity with regards to ensuring the safety of persons, their investment, and even their walking?
So on a daily basis, security of lives and property remain number 1 item on the mind of the governor of Lagos State. He does not joke with the security of lives and property of Lagosians. So as more and more people come to Lagos, he is going to increase capacity to ensure that we continue to secure the people, to ensure that we do not, leave any black spot unchecked or unsecured. Um, it's not unfortunate. Incidentally, we are a subnational. There is nothing much that Lagos State can do in terms of border positioning, because everybody that is a Nigerian, is free to come to Lagos. As long as we are coming here, for a good purpose, you can come to Lagos and live. So the diversity, when you talk about the influx, we look at diversity for development. We look at the fact that we have the multiplicity of Nigerians, who are coming to this our dear state for the purpose of developing with us, jointly developing the state with us, for the common good of all Nigerians. Don't forget that Lagos remains the gateway to the economic viability and success of this country called Nigeria. I say that with every sense of humility and pride. Lagos remains the gateway to the success and economic viability of Nigeria. Without Lagos, I doubt if there is going to be a country called Nigeria. So we cannot joke with a state called Lagos. And that's why Lagos continues to say that, look, let us work together. Let us live happily together. Let us be our brothers and sisters. If you're coming into Lagos, like Mr. Governor will always say, please come with a good mind that you want to come and invest and live happily. And if you're not coming here to come and invest, you just want to come and work in Lagos, come here to work in Lagos, pay your taxes in Lagos, and live and be your brother's keeper, and everybody will just be fine. We don't want any form of criminality. We don't want any form of brigandage in Lagos. What we want in Lagos is to live happily and for everyone to lift this state called Lagos for all of us.
Lagos is actually known for its vibrant cultural and economic potential. Just like you said, Lagos can also compete compete well with other countries, just like a city can compete as if it's also a country. But how do you think the Lagos State can leverage all of these potentialities, its unique attributes, to attract more tourism, investment, and international attention?
So, Mr. Governor started something in the first term. One of the things he intends to do is the film city in the Lagos East, in the eastern part of Lagos, is huge. It was in the United States of America, and I had the privilege of following him on that trip. I saw the concept, I saw what they have on ground. By the time that lands, by the time that begins in Lagos, I believe that huge number of people, huge number of people will come into the city for tourist purposes. But as we speak, a lot is on ground. By the Ministry of Tourism, and culture and tourism, we have a lot that they're doing. In Lagos West, talking about Badagry axis. I also know that next year they're planning. Maybe I don't want to let it out of the bag yet. I know they are planning a very big return. It's called a voyage of return to Lagos, where we're going to be having about over 5,000, diaspora coming to Lagos. They're working on that at the moment. There are some other areas of tourism that the state is working on. By the time all of these, come full stream, I believe that, we're gonna. And don't forget that Lagos has always been, attractive to the people. They come from several places to visit our tourist, sites in Badagry, like I said.
Right.
They also visit, our tourist sites in Lekki, the Lekki Conservation, facility. Yes, I'm trying to remember some of these places that we've been promoting for people in the diaspora.
Unfortunately, our time is up. We do not have as much time to talk more about the Blue Rail Line and every other thing that has brought Lagos State to this position that it is. But we can only wish you and your principal all the best as he moves Lagos forward. Thank you so much for your time. Wega Koshili, Chief Press Secretary to the Governor of Lagos State. Thank you.